Hi, I'm Nick Pericles, and welcome to the Distribution at the Crossroads podcast. A little over a decade ago, I stepped into the world of wholesale distribution. If you would have explained to me before then what the industry was, I would have said that it sounded pretty straightforward. You buy, you stock, you break down, you sell, you deliver. It makes sense. But then I got inside and I saw how much complexity sits inside that simple sentence and how much real human impact plays out every single day. A counter person at 6 a.m, saving a job site, a driver getting back to a crew on a schedule, or a salesperson earning trust in minutes that took years to build. That is when the industry really clicked for me, because behind every order is a problem that gets solved and a relationship that gets stronger. My path in distribution has run from boardrooms to branches, and I'm very grateful for that. Early on, someone in distribution told me, and I won't forget it, don't stay in the ivory tower of corporate too long. Go to the counter, ride along on deliveries, sit with the service teams, listen to the questions that our customers are actually asking us. That advice changed the way that I work. The branch is where the brand is real and where a good idea can land or disappear. And you quickly learn that clarity beats complexity every time. Now, I've been in the distribution industry working here for 10 years, but my story starts earlier than that. My father worked in distribution and in technology services around distribution. Both of my grandfathers also worked in distribution. One was in California and one was in the UK, in two very different industries. So while I've been learning the details of distribution over the last 10 years, what I've recognized is that over the last few years, the conversation around the wholesale distribution industry has accelerated. You can hear it in board meetings, in hallway chats at conferences, and a lot of late night calls after long days. Technology is a part of that, AI is a part of that, and I'm naturally drawn to how tech becomes a teammate, but the real conversation is bigger than tech. It's about people, perception, leadership, and business models. After many discussions with the National Association of Wholesale Distributors and the NAW Institute for Distribution Excellence, we recognize that there is a real need for open, practical conversations like this across the industry. So this project is a partnership with the NAW Institute as part of their fellowship program. I'm grateful for their support, and I'm grateful for what NAW and MDM, Modern Distribution Management, are doing to elevate the conversation and move the industry forward. Here's what leaders keep telling me. Customer expectations are moving fast. The silver tsunami is real, which means a lot of institutional knowledge is going to walk out the door in the next few years. New talent is arriving with different expectations for employment, for coaching, for tools, and supply chain shocks, interest rate pressure, margin compression. All of these things are what leaders in distribution are having to manage through today. I want to create a space where stories are honest, where we discuss choices and the decisions that are made, and we help make the next step approachable. That is what is at the heart of Distribution at the Crossroads. On this podcast and on this series, you're going to hear from veterans who've been in the trenches for decades. They know their customers by name, but we'll also hear from newcomers who are coming into the industry with their initial perception. My expectation is that those who are going to lead in distribution need both points of view. We need the seasoned voices because we need to show what excellence has looked like in this industry under pressure. We also need the new voices that are going to reveal how the industry is perceived from the outside and what frictions that we might have stopped noticing. When we see those clearly, we can remove them. And when we remove those, we allow people and organizations to do their best work. As it relates to the topics that we will get to in this podcast, we will talk about AI. My expectation is that we'll try and keep it without hype. We'll keep it grounded in real work. Leadership and distribution is also about having the humility to change when the data says we should, and the conviction to stay the course when the signal is strong. I subscribe to a composable mindset in everything I do. I like to bring in the best of different perspectives and ideas and then refine them against my own context and my own experience. I hope that this show does that for you. We're going to hear from people across verticals within distribution who face different opportunities and different constraints than you might. My aim is that those perspectives will help you form a more informed and updated position, spark new connections, and move the initiatives that you are driving in distribution forward. When we talk tech, we're going to try and keep it operator friendly. We're going to talk modular ways of working so that you can move without having to rip out everything. We'll talk about data when we treat it as a product, not as an afterthought, integrations that reduce swivel chair, and tools that return more than they cost. All of this is designed to help leaders who want clarity and a path to action, operators and technologists who want momentum in the industry, manufacturers and those who are partnering with the industry who want to be able to serve, and builders and investors who want to understand the soul of this industry as much as its spreadsheets. And here's a word to newcomers. An interesting part about doing this project is that I recognize that distribution rewards people who respect the craft, those who earn trust, who show up when it's inconvenient, and those who build systems that make their customers' lives simpler. If you're new to this industry, I hope that this show helps illuminate why the distribution industry is special and how you can contribute quickly. Standing before you, I'm the product of a strong community. There were leaders who opened their playbooks to me, branch managers who showed me where the real bottlenecks live in operations, and analysts and product stewards who let me sit next to them and watch them work so that we could help them solve their problems. I'm grateful for the customers who tell us the truth and who held us to the expectation that we would listen. My hope is to pay all of that forward here. Whether you've been on this journey with me in distribution over the years or we're meeting for the first time here, I can't begin to express my gratitude and my excitement. I'll tell you now what I say at the beginning of every conversation that I have with someone new. Buckle up. This is going to be fun. I am your host, Nick Pericles, and in partnership with the NAW Institute of Distribution Excellence, this is Distribution at the Crossroads. Thank you.